something like, okay, I'm doing a maybe shoe. You say, why don't you have the red color? And if you get red color, call me. Why don't you? Real estate, anybody can do real estate. And this information needs to be passed across the time. And I'm happy for social media trend. People hear this. So as a young person, you can do this from any part of any level. So that's why I chose real estate. And the second question is, maybe, what's the question?
Yeah, I said that.
How did
I know there was a shift or a swift from banking to real estate, and I also know that you've mentioned that your mom was one of the, someone that inspired you.
My mom inspired me, but my role model, actually, what I did in 2018 when I joined real estate as a banker, I was able to identify models in this industry that I felt that I knew could inspire me.
Okay.
So when I saw the sad stories of how people started and failed, that would actually discourage me. Real estate is not for ladies, so it's for men who you get maybe might get harassed. I told myself as a banker, I didn't get any harassment. I honestly 16 years of banking experience, I didn't get any harassment, quote unquote, like they say bankers get, because for me, I feel if you're actually offering value first, they know these things. They know these things. So as a bank marketer, nobody was chasing me up and down. So I knew that was my story. So when I picked the people I went to work with, I was watching them from afar. Taking down notes, and when I started, that was the blueprint. So that was like, when I started, it seemed like I'd been in it for a while.
Wow.
Of course, not believing if God also.
No, we can't overemphasize on that. So, we're very fortunate here to have like more than one banker, and I would put this question to Gege. Sorry, I cannot stop calling you Gege. Right? So, as an engineer, you found yourself in the bank industry and you're doing so well. I know that once or twice I spoke to Gege. Gege would tell me, I'm no longer in this bank, I'm now in this bank. And I'm wondering, how does she do with 3 boys? I know how taking care of boys and working in the banking industry, I know how tasking it can be. But I also know that you winning and blossoming in that industry, you might have done 1 or 2 things. So I want to know what skills are important for you to grow in that field, in the banking field.
Okay, so in the banking industry, you need grit.
You need what?
Grit.
Okay.
You need tenacity, perseverance, as in can-do spirits. Because when they give you those humongous targets, you'll be asking yourself, you see young bankers, you say, they sell me and sell everybody in my village. I can't bring 1 billion, you know. But if you allow those things to stop you, you will never grow. The ability to move from one bank to another, it takes a lot of confidence. You leaving your comfort zone. You know, when I moved from one bank to another, the first time I moved, and it was like, hey God, who sent me a message? When the DMD then decided to have a meeting with the new hires, it was like, I know most of you, if this is the first time you are moving, raise up your hand, and I raised up my hand. Said, are they giving you the shocker of your life? So that's how it is. Because when you are moving from one bank to the other, you think like, I have loyal customers. I'm going to move them.
True.
So for me, it was the done deal. When they gave me the target, I was like, okay, this is this person. You know, I've written down the people that I don't move to deposit here. Then you move and you realize that they're not moving with you.
They're not moving.
And it's like, my goodness, am I about to be sacked because I'm not meeting my target?
Yeah.
So it was like, we didn't hire you because of those numbers. We know you were telling lies. We hired you because you were confident. As in, it takes guts for you to believe what you are good at or what you know. They already celebrate you where you are and say, I want to go and start again. Because that's really
like
what it's like. You know. So what kept me going was tenacity, really, and that okay, I'm here. I have to excel. I have to do well. As in, I don't have fortune that I'm going back to collect. I can't go back to worry like this. So you understand? So it's that continuous. And I think I found the BM I worked with that at that time. Initially, she stretched me. In fact, if I show you my pictures when I just moved to that bank, I think I became a size 10 again. Wow. You know, I really crashed. You know, and there was one time she looked at me and she was like, "Why are you looking like this? When you came into this office, you were shining. What's going on?" I said, "No, it's nice." She said, "Don't let it get to you. Don't worry." You know, that was the way she now called me and so till tomorrow. She's one of my mentors. As in, like, what started out as this woman will kill me, eventually turned out to be this woman. You know, she kept on encouraging, and she was like, "You have everything it takes to do. Just apply yourself. Just look outside. You are looking in a particular place, and it's true. I kept on chasing the old customers, but she was like, there's so many new customers. Why don't you just look around? You might just find gold, you know. And she reminded me about Philippians 4:13. So it became my verse. When anything comes, I can do anything through God who strengthens me. In fact, that Philippians 4, everything, anxiety is there, you know. So when I get anxious and all of that, I just say, you know what, I can do. Still tomorrow they still give us humongous targets.
Yeah.
And there are times when it's good, there are times when it's bad, they are not doing well, they are chasing you. When it's time for MPRA, you'll be palpitating. MPRA is monthly performance review, you know. So you'll be palpitating like this, that God, hey, I've only done 10%, or I'm even minus, I've not even done anything. Say, how am I going for this meeting? You know, but most times I just will say, well, it's not always going to be, you won't always be up there. You know, sometimes you will fumble, but just keep going. That's just it. Just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. Like she said, so you're like, what? I don't even know where I am, but I shall wake up, dress up, and show up.
Showing up
just
is very
show up.
important.
Just
Very
show up.
important.
Very important.
Showing up is enough. I mean, we can even celebrate showing up. I mean, it's something to celebrate.
And then relationship management is very key in banking.
Okay.
Interpersonal skills. There are customers that will bank with you, not because your bank is good, but because you go out of your way to meet their needs.
Okay.
So relationship management is very key in banking.
That's cool. Just you almost answered all the questions that I wanted to ask, but it's okay. I mean, you've answered the second question. I wanted to ask you how you stay motivated, and I think you've answered that. But I have one more question for you. I just want to know if you've ever failed at something or anything in life. It doesn't even have to do with your career. If you've ever failed somehow and how you got back on your feet. So we just want to learn from you.
Okay, so failed. I would say when I moved that first time, that's the first time that I'm like, you know, and me being called out in meetings and everything, bashing, you know, there were times that I would really feel very bad, you know. But when I now came out of it, and they were not celebrating me, and I'm like, you know. So then something I would say, like she said, as bankers, as salespeople, we meet different customers and want to do everything. You know, so you're like, I can do this one, I can do this one. So I tried to do this multi-level marketing. I registered at Longbridge, registered one of that, I can't remember the name itself, you know. But I just found out that I don't think I'm very good at buying and selling. I can sell my market as a banker because I'm selling value.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you and I'm saying I want to help your business, but I don't know how to. In Univent, my sister introduced me to Mary Kay. You know, she blossomed very well in Mary Kay, as in like she bought her first car from Mary Kay back then. You can imagine, and she would say, sell this thing, and I'm like, I don't know how to say. I really, so I can say that I failed in selling products. Yeah, maybe because at the time, so you want to sell makeup, you're not wearing makeup. You know, it's banking that made me to start doing makeup, you know, because you want to look presentable. You know, so I think I feel that that multi-level marketing business. And I want to try real estate too, but I've gotten something from her. I can't do it part-time because I've registered. And this year I said I want to do real estate business, but I've not made one single. I'm just looking at their WhatsApp chat.
You will definitely. You will.
When it's time.
When it's time, and when you're ready to focus on it, I'm very sure you would be able to achieve what you want to achieve. All right, Iseme, Ilama. I have one question. It might not relate to your job per se, but I just want to know, you told us when you were introducing yourself that you put your hands in a lot of things, you do this, you do that. How do you manage stress? You're looking so beautiful today.
Thank you.
Doesn't look like you live in Lagos. So please just tell us how you handle stress.
Okay, so I'll just say a few stories. The last 3 months of my life has been crazy in terms of, I've been extremely overwhelmed. Right. So a lot of times when you hear this person is a coach, how can you say that you're going through stuff? A coach always has a coach, right? And then in my field, being an emotional intelligence and a behavioral coach. So I act, it's like a doctor knowing what to take. But sometimes they're like, I can't. I don't want to. So I think because in the first 10 years of being a coach, what I did for myself was everything I was meant to teach people, I taught me first. Right? So if I was meant to coach you, I coached myself first. So when situations come, stress is not the issue. It's the stressors. What triggers the stress? What caused it? Right? So I first of all say, why? Why am I stressed right now? What's causing it? First of all, you're not sleeping. Why are you not sleeping? You're not eating well. Why are you not eating well?
So you ask yourself those questions.
I ask myself those questions. So there's one thing to know, and there's another thing to practice. The sole purpose of knowledge is to practice it, right? So when I say to myself, why are you not sleeping? You know, sometimes you have very funny belief system. I don't sleep. You know, I have what's that word?
Insomnia.
I have insomnia. And you think it's pride. It's a lie. You're killing yourself. And really, it was a challenge for me. I don't sleep. My day starts at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Right? And it accumulates. So what I have done is I have learned to compartmentalize. Mondays for me, right from time immemorial, I don't work on Mondays. I don't care if the heavens are falling. I don't work on Mondays. I coach, I see the board. I don't do anything laborious or it feels like that day is the day where I'm calm. I might decide not to, I'm sorry, but I might be on my bed and not take my bath till probably afternoon. I'm just there. I am in my zone. I'm just being. I can coach 1 or 2 people, but I'm still calm. I don't push. I don't stress because I have to take care of me to be able to give to the world.
Exactly.
Because if I don't, I'll be giving to you. It feels like I'm giving to you, but I'm giving you from a place that is bad. It's not my full potentials. It's not my full self. I'll just be giving you half and half. So last 3 months has been crazy. I've just said to myself, okay, you know what, you have to take it easy. You have to calm down. You have to, and if I say I'm busy now, you think that is money. I'm in the industry of helps and service. So it's not as if I'm raking it. No, that's not it. It is stressful because it's your intellectual property. You're dealing with lives. And sort of not like they're dependent on you. They need you and you have to deliver. And sometimes you're overwhelmed because like, so what end now? What's all this? Sometimes, but you know that it's impact, and at the end of the day, God is your reward. So,
wow,
that's it.
Well, I think Iseme kind of fascinates me because, as my childhood friend, I thought if Iseme was really going to find herself in some other kind of things. So first off, I know that Iseme studied marine biology in Unical, and then when she got to Lagos and started interacting, she told me that she was a tutor. And I'm like, okay, wow, from where to where? How did she get here? But you know what? Right. She's not one of those people that do things because they make money out of it. I think Iseme is always passionate about everything she does. So her first focus is not about money, and that's obvious and evident, you know, with how far you've come and gone, and I truly celebrate that about you. But I also want to ask you, if you're not in the career that you are presently, which is, I would say you're a coach, right? If you're not doing this, what other thing do you think you would have been doing?
You know, I thought about this question yesterday for a long time. I said, honestly, Queen, what would you do? Really? Really? I think I'll probably be a Navy SEAL.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Or I don't know if I can say this, but yeah, a Navy SEAL. Really.
So say that.
Probably a sniper or something.
Looks like one.
Military, right? Like an intelligence. To give intelligence and information.
But you notice you still serve it.
Yes,
so
that's what I said. I will be in Navy. I will do something that is helpful, but you know, maybe something that has to do with adrenaline.
Wow.
I think that's what I'm doing.
So nice. Thank you, Iseme. Titi. Titi Lola, I won't like to say too much here, but Titi is one person that has been through a lot, and she still looks this beautiful. And it's so I don't know. I really don't know where. I don't know where you draw this strength from.
Yeah. No.
But when you were going through that phase, I was there. And it just, when I talk to my husband about it, I'm like, look at Titi, I'll show him your videos. I said, this is how life is supposed to be. Not that life just comes and drains you and you just vanish. If you hear Titi's story, you will understand what I'm talking about. And when I was thinking about her, it wasn't like two thoughts. I just knew I wanted Titi to be here. And I know that in the next podcast, we're not going to do anything career. We're going to talk life.
Yeah.
So when we come, we'll just air out a lot of things. We need to know what trauma people have gone through and the scars they have, and we have to celebrate those things and how far they've come out of it. So Titi, I want to know what's, even with everything, you were still consistent with your career. Even when she was going through that phase, nobody knew because Titi would show up. Titi would post. So you wouldn't even know that there's something going on, And I'm sure people thought she would squash after that whole thing. But you see her here. So I just want to know what's been the proudest moment of your career? What can you tell us or share with us? What's been the proudest moment that you just look back and say, I've done well?
Okay. My name is Titi. Yeah. People call me Lola. But if you know me very well and you call me Titi, I know we are Miri. So let's come down to Miri. First off, I would describe myself as a very selfless person. I take satisfaction in seeing other people happy. I don't know why. It just gives me that joy. Oh, this person is happy and it's because of me. And I'll go and beg the person. You don't need to put me out there. Just let me be there. But then I'm happy. In short, I don't take pride when people post me up and say, thank you. It feels like, okay, I start to have this second thought about you. I'm like that. I scrutinize a lot. People don't know. My face is deceiving. But trust me, in the presence of a genius, I will look at you, and then in the next 3 days, I know what you can do and what you cannot do. My husband thinks I'm a witch, but then it's just me. I like to just say, have a very great discerning spirit.
Yeah.
Back to your question. First thing I'll say is God. I'm nothing without God. I just, trust me, I just live every day as it comes. Nothing too serious.
Yeah.
But I improve. I try to improve. I try to be better than yesterday. It's a task for me. I gave myself that task while I was in school. And it's just something that I'm just used to. Every day when I lay my head, before I lay my head, when I speak to my God, I then ask myself, what have you done today, Titi? In short, my husband tells me that I'm too hard on myself sometimes. But I just want to have that satisfaction too, that I think I'm better than yesterday.
Yeah.
So my proudest moment, I've had a lot, right? But trust me, it's still in the little things. I love to cook. I don't like to cook for everybody. I do that because of money. But trust me, I will cook for you and follow up when I give you free. Not when you pay me. When you pay me, I don't need your feedback. In short, when you send me a message, you're stressing my ass because I don't know if it is complaint or it is a compliment. So in my head, I don't want to know. Just, you did not return the food. You ate it. Very good. My money, you have paid it. Good. So my proudest moment first, I cook for my kids. To school, nobody makes their food. I wake up. Maybe I'm not just that mom that will set my tripod and my phone and start on TikTok and all of that. But if you come to my house, in my kitchen, you see there's A4 paper everywhere with different meal plan. In short, sometimes when I give my kids meal plans in school and I feel that it is not balanced, I will go there and tell them that I won't follow you. Anybody that knows me know that I'm very confrontational. And I will say my mind. If I say my mind finish, if you're now hurt, I will call you and say, it's not like that, but me too, I'm thinking of your good. But these are my kids. And trust me, I don't joke with my girls. You want to see the lioness in me? Come to my girls. You can joke with me, or don't worry. But you see my girls, that's a story for another day. Then I cooked, and one time like that, my kids' school, they have the uni, the secondary, and the primary. So they said they wanted parents to come and represent their kids in a cooking competition. And my kids were like, my mom is not always around because I shuttle between Lagos and Abuja every now and then. So my mom is not always around, but then I made time. I said, okay, it's just this one day. Let's show up. And then I'll go back to God. I'm sorry. I might not look religious, but trust me, I'm God and righteous. You know, I told myself, because I know I've gone for jobs, and I'll get into the kitchen and then I'll be blank. And there I'll just start saying, Holy Spirit, help me. Holy Spirit, I know I had this thing in my head though, but guess what? I didn't pray before I started. We do not emphasize on that a lot. We don't, but it is very important. So that day, mommy and my daughter, for some reason, not the first one, the second one, she's just the superstar. I will go to the market. Hi, mommy. And I'm, mommy, I have to come first though. She's coming to tell me a night before. Mommy, I have to come first. You can't try yourself. And my daughter, she's an old woman. Mommy, you cannot do. It's okay. Then I did it, You see these little things that you feel that is not going, it counts.
Yeah.
And then we did it. I was not the first, I was second.
Wow.
And that was it. And having to cater for that school, not because, and I mean, I know parents that will fight for that sport. I am just this parent, go to the school. I'm all about my kids. So I don't want to be known. It's not like I want you to see me. And I get a call from the head teacher. Hi, hello. Please, is this Lola's Kitchen? And I'm like, okay, hi, Lola's Kitchen. Please, we want you to cater for so event hosted by our school. Trust me, I'm talking about thousands of plates. And I'm like, Sorry? You people cannot pay me, You people, no, ma, we're all about the taste. We don't even care if it is just a little pack. We just want that jollof rice. Yeah. We want that firewood, Lola's Kitchen. Do you know at that point, I forgot that we even did a competition. Because I was wondering.
How did they take out?
I don't have like a working kitchen that I run by myself. No. I have a working kitchen that I started when I came out of the marriage. And I started that working kitchen in a very remote place. Yanoba, Lasu school. Yes, because I had to crash and burn. So I started it there. In Pajin, I got 3 shops, got a space built. I think I told you. Yeah, I had this money. This land looks very distant, and the person looked like he was going to run from it. And started though, like that. I said, I'm more than this place now. I cannot be interfacing with all these kind of people, And then I put my mom there. But I know Lola's Kitchen, the brand is standing because of me.
Yeah.
I tell people that my customers are not online. I've built my brand.
Mhm.
I have a target. If I go to a place, I'll sell myself to my target. I'm not talking to everybody.
Exactly.
I'm talking to my own targets. And if you're in business, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
You know. So when I'm like, I don't have a working kitchen. I'm sure it's not my mom because my mom is not big on that. I'm maybe and then I did it. And my kids came in and they're like, Mommy, everybody was talking about your jollof rice. Everybody kept saying, And then they have this whole group forum. And then when I opened, they're like, please, who made that jollof rice? We want to know. You know, it gives me that joy.
Yeah.
You know why it gives me that joy? Coming from where I'm from, where I've been, I always tell people, permit me to chip in this. If you come out from a broken marriage, it is not roses, oh.
True.
You must be ready to face it, especially coming from a place like mine, where people think you are getting it, but you're not. In my first marriage, I'm married again anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, first, people think you have millions in your account just because of your husband. I mean, he drives the cars, they come into your house. Oh, wow.
I had the same conversation with
You know.
someone.
But guess what? My friend cannot come and meet me and tell me that, babes, please borrow me 1 million, I beg. I will give you back. You won't kill me. That's what they say. How? 1 million is plenty. Let's come to 100. Please borrow me 100 naira. Is that bad? Because the man feels that price goes to where? His food in the freezer. That's all. What is more to life?
What do you need money for?
What do you need money for? You understand? And then your self-esteem will just crash.
Yeah.
When I got out of my marriage, I had to go for therapy first. I'm sure if you notice, I was off social media a while. In short, I had to shut down my first Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I'm this person that if a thing happens to me in this room, I don't want to be there anymore. No matter how you try to cover it. And I can't thrive where there's no love. Because I'm a very lovable person. So I had to go for therapy. While I was in the marriage, he subjected me to cooking. But he did me a great deal. In short, he had to tell me to stop my job. I was a civil servant during the Ambode